In this video, we're going to talk about the current state of the real estate market. We're going to answer some important questions of what you should be doing. Should you wait to buy a property? What are you doing investing wise? What's working right now in this marketplace when it comes to real estate? Ultimately, advice from somebody who's been doing this for a decade and done hundreds and hundreds of houses. If you don't know who I am, my name is Raul Balufet. I'm a real estate investor, wholesaler out of South Florida. Done hundreds and hundreds of real estate deals between wholesale, fix and flips, long-term rentals, short-term rentals. The purpose of this channel is to help you get your first deal or your next deal, and really to teach you things that I never learned when I got started. Real estate update as of Q3 in 2023. Some of the things that just came out on the news that's a big update is the foreclosure stats. It's gone up 30%, meaning there's a lot more foreclosures happening. Banks are taking more properties from people because people are not paying, whether it was adjustable rate mortgages, whether people are just in hardship because of COVID still. Whatever the case may be, I'm not exactly sure, but what I do know is that it's up. Largest amount of foreclosures we've had in the last 8 years is happening now. And what does this mean for you? Like, how can you benefit from this, or how can you use this information to help you? Just knowing this, now you know that there are going to be more properties coming to auction or more properties coming to be listed on the multiple listing service on the MLS as REOs. It might not happen right this instant, but it's coming because it takes a while. By the time the banks foreclose on it, by the time it goes through their process, they either put it in the auction or put it on the market with realtors. It takes a little bit, but it's going to be happening. If you're licensed, if you're a licensed realtor, what you can do to capitalize on this is you can sign up to these REO, these real estate owned programs, to get some of their listings. There's certification courses you can take. There's a lot of things that you can do. You get a certificate, you get certified by the banks, and then you can be put into a pool of realtors that get properties, that you list them. That's one way you can capitalize on this. This is like brand new information that literally just came out a couple days ago. But other than that, on the real estate market, from what I have seen, I mean, we talk to hundreds of leads every month. We do, anywhere between 8 to 10 deals every month. So we're active into the transactions, and I'm very active in the business. What I've seen is that there's still a lot of fear in the market between sellers and between buyers. The buyers are fearful that it's going to go down. So anything they buy today, it's going to be worth less in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. And the sellers have fear that they're still missing out on like a higher price, which is always, I think, a legitimate fear. But when the market's going like this, straight down, the sellers don't really have that fear. They just want to sell, want to sell, want to sell. I'm at the top, I'm at the top, I'm at the top. I'm starting to realize that some sellers are saying, oh, I see it going down, which is good because it is. The stats are showing it's just going down. In South Florida and in other specific cities, it hasn't really gone down so much. But overall in the US, it's gone down quite a bit. The fear is a big thing. There's just a lot of fear of missing out. The interest rates are still at a pretty high average comparative to what we're used to, these 3% things. Last time I checked about a week ago, about 6.9, 6.8% interest rate is an average right now. I mean, I'm not a mortgage broker, but that's kind of what I've read, seen, talked with people, which is still relatively high. It's not high in a history perspective, but it's relatively high to what we're used to a couple years ago. That interest rate is still fueling that fear. It's still fueling that, oh, let me hold back and let me not buy. For you, if you're watching this, I think you should be buying. If you find good deals, whether you're a wholesaler, investor, flipper, whatever, you should be buying good deals at all times, because relatively speaking, real estate is a long-term game. And if you buy and you hold, you will win over time. That's just a fact if you buy correctly, okay? The only asterisk to that is if you buy a property in a shitty area at an extremely high price, then maybe you will not win. Anything other than that scenario, you'll most likely win. So I don't think you should wait to buy. I think you should buy good deals. I think you should tighten your criteria, make sure you're buying very profitable deals, and do that at good prices. We list every property that we get. We list every property on the market. And we just sold a mobile home that is like a little mobile home in the middle of nowhere, full price, within a day. It just shows me that still properties at a good price are selling. There are buyers out there because there's a lot of cash, there's a lot of money, there's a lot of people that came into the US that have money. There's a lot of money coming to the US from different countries. As different countries, governments fall, which happens, people want to come to the US and invest their money here to keep it safe, and they do it buying properties. That's a big factor. There's still a lot of mom and pop fix and flippers or people that have money and buy houses. So the state of the market is there's a lot of fear. There's more foreclosures coming up, but it's still a good time for you to wholesale properties. It's still a good time for you to fix and flip. and buy and hold properties. Yes, the interest rate's high, but if you, for the right deals, I absolutely think you should. It's a great hedge for inflation, and it's a great way. Now is probably the best time. Actually, last year was the best time to do cost segregations on your properties, meaning depreciate properties. It's kind of get worse and worse. So if you want to save money on taxes, now is still a good time to buy property and depreciate it in year one. Talk to a tax advisor, accountant to share with you exactly how to do that. But now is a really good time to do that. I'm still very aggressive on buying in Florida. I'm very aggressive on still buying rentals and flips and wholesaling. That my mindset hasn't changed on that. I actually think it's gonna get a little easier and easier for us wholesalers because more and more people are getting out of the business as it gets harder. It has gotten a little bit harder. I had a video that I did on my YouTube channel that I talked about kind of like the state of wholesaling. This was a couple months ago. I think there are periods of time that businesses get harder no matter how good or bad you are specifically. And I do think wholesaling got a little bit harder. But if you get better, there's gonna be more opportunity because the harder it gets, the more people leave. So the better you get, the more market share you get. So I'm very bullish still in this marketplace. Obviously with the right criteria, the right investing strategy, discipline and determination, I think that it's still a great market to buy. Leave below in the comments, what is your feedback? What is your idea of where the market's going? Am I completely wrong? Am I right? I'm curious to hear your feedback and your opinion. But yeah, if you want to learn more, check out the other videos on my channel that I make about real estate, how to find deals, how to do all that stuff on my website, raulbulufa.com. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.